Hello Primary 2-3, it's Mrs Patterson here and I've got for you today your Maths and Numeracy lesson for Tuesday the 26th of January, and we are starting some subtraction work today. So your learning intention for today is we are learning to subtract numbers using a range of different strategies, and we are learning to subtract 10 from any 2 or 3 digit number, recognising its relationship to subtracting ones. Your success criteria is I can use concrete materials to show subtraction. I can use the crossing out method to show subtraction. I can use a number line or a number square to show subtraction by counting back, and I can use my number bonds to help me subtract. So these methods here I'll explain to you a little bit later on in the video. So this is task number 1, it's our focus task. I'm just going to read that out for you. It says, how many balloons are left now that some are floating away? What do you need to do first? My friend said that knowing how many balloons we started with is important. Looking at the first picture, how many balloons must there have been at first? Now count all of the balloons. If 3 have flown away, which strategies or methods could we use to show that they're gone? My friend said we could use the crossing out method. What does that mean? Are there any other strategies you could try? You might want to pause the video here, boys and girls, so that you can read some of those questions again and take your time when you're answering this question. So how many balloons are there left? What strategies could you use? Could you use some concrete materials that you have lying about the house, maybe some Lego or buttons or anything that you can get your hands on? Could you draw them out and cross off 3 and see how many you've got left? It's up to you which strategy you'd like to use. So let's learn together. So how many balloons are there left? So in method 1, you can see a number line here. So we use the counting back strategy on a number line. So here I am with a whiteboard, and I'm just going to show you how to use a number line when you're subtracting. So I'm just drawing out my number line there, and I'm going to put my numbers in the boxes so that I can count back on the number line. Okay, so we know that there are 28 balloons altogether, and I'm going to jump back 3 spaces to show the 3 balloons that have flown away. So I've taken away 3 ones, and 28 take away 3 is 25. 28 take away 3, 27, 26, 25. So we're counting back down the number line. In method 2, we are subtracting the ones. In the picture or the diagram, you can see all the balloons have been drawn out and then split into groups of 10s and 1s. So here on the whiteboard, I've drawn out some balloons. Now I've just drawn some circles to make it a little bit quicker and easier than drawing out all the balloons. So I've just counted out 10 balloons there, counting them out really carefully so I know exactly how many there are. That's another 10, so there's 2 groups of 10s, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. Now 10 add 10 is 20, and 20 add 8 is 28. So 2 10s plus 8 is 28. So now we need to do 28 take away 3. So I'm just going to cross them off the crossing out method, and you can see I've got 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So now I have 25 balloons left. 3 balloons have been crossed off in the diagram one by one. So 28 take away 3 is 25. So just remember that 28, number 28, is made up of 2 10s and 8 1s. So if you know that 8 take away 3 is 5, then you can work out that 28 take away 3 is 25. We can also use these concrete materials to help us add. So these are the base 10 materials, the rods that are 10s and 1s. But if you don't have them in your house, you can draw them out, or you can use some Lego, or you can use other bits and pieces that you think would help you count them out. So here I've got 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And I'm just going to cross 3 off. So that leaves me with 25. So that means there will be 25 balloons left. So remember, the drawing pictorial representation of the maths problem is a great strategy to use because it helps us visualise it in our heads. And this means we can see it clearly when we're working it out. So even if you don't have any materials to use, you can draw them out. So now I'd like you to pause the video and have a little go at some of these questions. So there are 4 number lines on the screen with some subtraction questions for you. Can you use the number line to help you subtract? Once you're finished, let's have a look at this other task together. So again, you might want to pause the screen here so that you can have a good read at it and then complete the question. It says, can you solve this subtraction question in more than one way? Which strategies did you use to solve it? Did you subtract in tens? Remember, you can draw out the problem to help you. So in this problem, you can see 4 baskets with some apples in it. And it says, Amira gives away 1 basket of apples. How many baskets and apples does she have left? So what kind of strategy do you think you could use to solve this problem? Can you take away 10? So let's learn together. Now my friend said this was an easy question. She said you can just cross off one of the baskets. Is that true? Can we do that? How many apples were there in total and how many would be left after a basket is removed? So you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 apples in each basket. So if we can count in tens, can we do that together? 10, 20, 30, 40. So we're 40 apples all together. And if we take 1 away, we need to subtract 10. So again, here I am with my whiteboard, and this time I've drawn an empty number line and I've added the number 40 on there. And as you can see, I've drawn out 10 jumps. So I'm just making sure that I've counted out 10 jumps correctly. And then I'm going to count back. So I've got 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30. And if you're feeling confident, you can just do 1 giant jump on the number line to take away 10. So 40 take away 10 is 30. She has 3 baskets left after giving 1 away. She has 30 apples left after giving 10 apples away. Another really good resource to use is a 100 square. You can see on the 100 square I've circled 3 numbers and I've written down some subtraction questions on the other side. So I've got 62 take away 10 is 52. 52 take away 10 is 42. And what do you think 42 take away 10 might be? So I've circled the answers and you can see that I've jumped back on the number square. And can you see a pattern? 62, 52, 42. Now these are all subtracting in tens. And what do you notice about that? I notice that the ones stay the same, and that's because when you subtract in tens, it's the tens column that changes and not the ones. So you can see that the tens column has changed from 6 to 5 to 4, but the ones column has stayed the same. And that's because when you're subtracting in tens, you take away 1 10 and 0 ones, so the ones column doesn't change, it stays the same. And you can pause the video on this slide too and see if you can match some of the subtraction questions to the right answers. To finish off, you're now going to choose one of the worksheets in your learning packs to complete. So choose the worksheet depending on the level of challenge you would like, and remember to use some of the strategies that you've seen in this video.